intelligent design's signature argument. This is their current argument, the flagellum. Flagella are tail sections for propulsion on microscopic organisms. They include many bacteria, yeasts, and even sperm. It is made up of around 30 moving parts and is very intricate and complex. Because of this, intelligent designers make the claim that something so precise would have had to have been designed by an outside force because none of the pieces by themselves are of any use yet they work in perfect precision. Well, let's look at the eyeball. Oddly, intelligent designers use the same argument about the eyeball prior to the flagella. A scientist using genetic research found a prior use for every gene in the eye prior to evolution of the eyeball. Intelligent designers no longer use this argument. Well, to explain this, let's use some basic genetic terms. The transposon is the simplest of all viruses, and it lives in every single piece of DNA that you have, and it splices out pieces of DNA from one part of your chromosome to another part at random. Your DNA is constantly being mutated by these pesky little viruses. They don't really hurt you or damage you, but, on occasion they can cause possible cancer or death in that cell unless they get in your what are called germ cells, which are your egg and sperm cells. On top of that, they can transport DNA from outside your cells and splice them into your cells. So if you've hung around, say, a cat, you actually have a tiny fragment of cat DNA in you. Now, mind you, it's not like the full strain of it, so it's just a little fragment of it, but it's enough to change your DNA just by the slightest bit. The suppressor. Suppressors are genes that turn off the expression of other genes. Suppressors are actually at war with each other, trying to activate suppressors to suppress other suppressors. It gets really confusing. The precarious stability can be upset by mutations, causing a little mutation to have a larger effect than expected because it weakened the ability of suppressors to suppress another. So it's extremely insane. The DNA is a messy packrat. Your DNA not only contains DNA to make you, but it also has tons of genes that you will never use. It has picked them up along the way and never gotten rid of. Pieces of DNA from nearly every species on the planet, and old DNA it no longer uses. Because of these pieces of DNA, when a mutation occurs, it can mutate the stuff we no longer use, reducing the chance of having devastating effects from the mutation. So flagella is possible. Every piece of the flagella was probably useless genes collected over time in the bacteria like baseball cards. Once the set was complete, getting them to the right formation was just like shuffling a deck of cards. And with bacteria reproducing like they do, the deck was shuffled nearly an infinite number of times before the flagella was made. Flagella Math, near infinite replications, rearrangements, and mutations in species divided by the near infinite chances of flagellar assembly means pretty good chance of assembly. So why not teach intelligent design? Why not teach both options? Well, because if you have been paying attention at all, the laws of probabilities have pretty much made the need for a creator redundant. On top of that, there is zero evidence that one did anything to make this universe. Sure, one may have done things to tweak the chances of probability up a notch to speed things up slightly, but from the evidence around us, a creator really did not do very much to speed the progression if it took 4 billion years. Plus, there's no way to prove or disprove a creator, and if you can't prove or disprove something, it's not science. Currently, only theoretical upper-level physics in a master's or doctorate program do they cover string theory. Until recently, string theory could neither be proven nor disproven experimentally. However, with the emergence of M-theory, which seems to be a better theory they may be able to prove or disprove their predictions through experimentation. But at the moment, it is not taught to introductory levels because it's just a mathematical theory, but it's only an experimental hypothesis. One other point to mention is that science relies on two things, laws and theories. Laws are generalized observations about a group of facts, and a theory is the explanation of a group of facts. A theory can stand up to a barrage of rigorous questioning and has been found to be the best answer from evidence surrounding it from every branch of science in existence. It has been said that without evolutionary theory, biology and variation makes no sense, and it's true. Darwin found facts that finches had various beak types, and he developed a theory to explain those facts. If we're going to teach intelligent design, there's a class for it. It is called philosophy. Unfortunately, most parents don't want their children to learn philosophy because they don't understand it, and they see it as a waste of time and money. Some may also not like it because it teaches them many different ways of thinking. A hypothesis is an idea or suggestion made that has yet to be proven or disproven. Intelligent design is a hypothesis. The existence of a creator can neither be proven nor disproven from evidence of what we know, no matter how we look at it. If anything, intelligent design is the ultimate hypothesis. Blind beliefs that you will be proven right someday is the only reason it still exists. The creationist mindset. The creationists believe that the Bible is unchanging and then try to twist science and the universe around what they believe. If something were to disprove one part of their book, they would believe that it would disprove everything they believe because they take it so literally instead of focusing on the morality taught by their books. A scientist fashions a theory around what he observes. If one part of the theory is proven wrong, he can always adjust and modify the theory. It usually does not disprove the entire theory as much as intelligent designers would like to claim about evolution. The theory of evolution is itself evolving, as does all science, including the theory of gravity, magnetism. Doesn't matter what theory it is, it's always changing. Until it becomes a law, it is always evolving, while holy books are rigid and unchanging. In new environments, the things that are not adaptable to change die out. New environments in this case meaning new understanding and new discoveries.